In the very center of South America lies Paraguay, a country often overlooked, yet quietly profound. Nestled between its more famous neighbors, Paraguay is a land that many travelers pass by, but those who pause here discover a world apart. It doesn't boast the Andes peaks or Brazil's beaches, but it offers something more authentic, a sense of place untouched by mass tourism, where the rhythms of daily life remain deeply rooted in tradition. Paraguay is a gentle heart in a continent of high drama, with a history as fiery as any. Its landscapes are serene, but its past is marked by epic tales of struggle and survival. Its story is one of courage, loss, and resilience, a narrative woven into every monument and whispered through the streets of its capital, Asunción. Here, sleepy colonial towns sit beside monuments to devastating wars, reminders of a nation that has endured and rebuilt time and again. The past whispers through yerba mate trees and along the great rivers, where the morning mist carries stories of generations gone by. Life moves at its own pace, with people sharing terera and stories under the sun. In these simple moments, the warmth of Paraguayan hospitality shines brightest. The country is called the Corazón de América, the heart of America, for its spirit as much as its location. It's a name that speaks to the soul of its people and the central role Paraguay plays in the continent's story. Paraguay feels untouched, genuine, and welcoming. There's a sense of discovery here, as if every encounter reveals a new layer of its identity. I came not just to see, but to understand. A nation carrying a turbulent past with a peaceful present. The contrast between history and daily life is striking, and it invites deeper exploration. History books tell of epic struggles, but I wanted to walk the landscapes and meet the descendants, to listen to their stories, to see how the past shapes the present. How does a nation endure so much and still greet the world with a smile? The answer, I sensed, lay in the everyday joys and the strength of community. My adventure was about to begin, and I sensed Paraguay had secrets for those willing to look closer. There are hidden paths here, waiting for curious travelers to uncover them. This is a place that invites you to slow down, observe, and connect. In Paraguay, time seems to stretch, giving you space to reflect and truly experience the moment. The journey here is about discovering a country on its own terms, one that rewards patience, curiosity, and an open heart. To understand Paraguay, you must know its deepest scar, the War of the Triple Alliance. From 1864 to 1870, Paraguay fought Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay in a catastrophic conflict. Under Marshal Lopez, Paraguay was fiercely independent, but the war nearly erased the nation. Monuments in Asunción honor the immense sacrifice, a fight for survival, not just territory. Over half the population was lost, with up to 90% of adult men gone. The devastation left towns empty and the country in ruins. Yet the resilience to rebuild is palpable even today. This war shaped Paraguay's identity and its cautious stance with neighbors. Every family carries stories of sacrifice, binding the nation together. The memory of this tragedy is essential to understanding Paraguay's pride and peace. The scars of the past make the country's present tranquility all the more meaningful. As Paraguay recovered, another conflict arose. The Chaco War with Bolivia in the 1930s. The fight for the Gran Chaco was brutal, waged in a harsh, unforgiving landscape. Soldiers battled not just each other, but the relentless heat, dust, and wildlife. Paraguayan troops familiar with the land had a crucial advantage. Their knowledge of hidden paths and water sources proved decisive. Visiting the Chaco today, you sense the wildness and the courage it demanded. Paraguay emerged victorious, regaining pride lost in earlier wars. The Chaco War forged a new national identity and honored its veterans as heroes. The peace that followed was hard-won, making today's calm even more precious. The land remembers, and so do its people. My journey began in Asunción, one of South America's oldest cities, yet refreshingly unpretentious. Unlike the bustling metropolises elsewhere on the continent, Asunción feels like a city content in its own skin, quietly inviting you to explore at your own pace. Its charm lies in leafy plazas, colonial buildings, and a relaxed pace. The city's streets are lined with trees that offer welcome shade, and the architecture tells stories of centuries past, blending old-world elegance with everyday life. Wandering the Costanera, I watched families by the river far from the chaos of other capitals. The golden light of sunset reflected on the Paraguay river, and laughter drifted on the breeze, creating a sense of peace that's hard to find elsewhere. The historic center blends grandeur with everyday life, majestic government buildings beside sun-faded facades. Here, history isn't locked away. It's part of the daily rhythm, woven into the city's fabric. Loma San Jeronimo, a colorful hillside neighborhood, felt like a village within the city. Its winding streets are alive with murals, vibrant houses, and the sounds of neighbors chatting from open windows. In Plaza de los Héroes, locals play chess and children chase pigeons, simple moments revealing the city's soul. It's a place where time seems to slow, and the joys of daily life are celebrated in small, meaningful ways. Asuncion is a place where strangers greet you, and hospitality feels genuine. The warmth of the people is unmistakable, making every encounter feel like a reunion with old friends. The Panteón Nacional de los Héroes stands as a solemn tribute to Paraguay's past. Its stately presence commands respect, reminding visitors of the sacrifices that shaped the nation. Inside, you feel the weight of history and the pride of a nation. The memorials and artifacts tell stories of resilience, courage, and hope that continue to inspire Paraguayans today. Asuncion doesn't shout. It whispers its stories to those who listen. The city's gentle rhythm encourages you to pause, observe, and truly connect with its spirit. The city invites you to slow down and discover its gentle spirit. Whether you're sipping tereré at a cafe or wandering shaded avenues, you'll find beauty in the unhurried moments. Here, you're a welcome guest, not just a tourist. In Asuncion, every day offers a quiet invitation to belong, to linger, and to appreciate the city's understated magic. Heading south, I reached Encarnacion, a modern riverside city known as the Pearl of the South. Its lively promenade and summer carnival show a city that knows how to celebrate. But my real destination was the Jesuit missions of Trinidad and Jesus de Tavarang, UNESCO World Heritage Sites. These 17th and 18th century missions were utopian communities where Jesuits and Guarani created something unique. Walking among Trinidad's red sandstone ruins, you sense the artistry and harmony that once thrived here. The unfinished church at Jesus de Tavarang stands as a monument to ambition and faith. Though abandoned after the Jesuits' expulsion, their legacy endures, a story of cooperation, not conquest. The missions are a powerful reminder of what can be built when cultures meet in peace. They are essential stops for anyone seeking Paraguay's deeper history. Here, history feels alive, echoing with music and hope. Paraguay's soul is found in its music and food, where every note and every flavor tells a story of heritage and community. The Paraguayan harp fills the air with gentle, melancholic melodies. Polka and Guarani are reflecting the nation's spirit. These traditional tunes are woven into daily life, echoing through city streets and rural villages alike. A live performance in Asuncion was mesmerizing, the harpist's music echoing the country's history. The audience listened in awe, swept up in the emotion and pride that each string conveyed. Paraguayan cuisine is hearty and rooted in tradition, a blend of Guarani and Spanish influences. Meals are often shared with family, bringing people together around the table. Sopa paraguaya, a savory cornbread, is a staple at gatherings, its rich flavor and soft texture comforting locals and visitors alike. And chipa, a cheesy cassava bread, are everyday staples. Vendors sell chipa everywhere, from busy city corners to quiet rural roads. It quickly became my favorite snack, a warm and satisfying treat that's perfect any time of day. Yerba mate is more than a drink. It's a ritual of friendship, a symbol of hospitality that brings people together in conversation. Especially as tereré, the cold version shared in the heat, it refreshes and unites friends and strangers under the Paraguayan sun. Sharing tereré is a gesture of hospitality and connection, a simple act that speaks volumes about Paraguayan warmth. Local markets brim with fresh produce, vibrant colors, and the lively chatter of vendors and shoppers. The aroma of home-cooked meals fills the air. Dishes like vori vori, a comforting soup with cheese and cornmeal dumplings, and sweet kozareva, a candied citrus dessert, reflect the land's bounty and creativity. Paraguayan food is simple generous and made with love, passed down through generations and shared with pride. Through music and meals, I connected with the heart of the country, discovering stories and traditions that make Paraguay unique. These experiences nourished both body and soul, leaving me with memories as rich and lasting as the flavors and melodies of Paraguay. Paraguay's natural beauty is as compelling as its history. From southern wetlands to the dry Chaco forests, the country's ecosystems are diverse and vibrant. Ibaikui National Park, a lush rainforest near Asunción, offers waterfalls, swimming holes, and the ruins of La Rosada Iron Foundry. Hiking its trails, I was immersed in the sounds and scents of the forest. In contrast, Defensores del Chaco National Park protects the wild, arid expanse of the Gran Chaco. It's remote and challenging, but home to rare wildlife like the Chacon peccary and jaguars. Exploring these parks deepened my appreciation for Paraguay's biodiversity. They are sanctuaries for endangered species and living reminders of the country's wild heart. Paraguay's nature is as rich and resilient as its people. Here, history and wilderness intertwine. Above all, Paraguay's greatest treasure is its people. Their warmth and hospitality are unforgettable, making every visitor feel truly welcome. Paraguay is proudly bilingual, Spanish and Guarani spoken everywhere, a living link to indigenous roots. Guarani is woven into daily life, music and poetry, a source of national pride. Small acts of kindness, directions from a bus driver, a shared meal in a market, define the Paraguayan spirit. There's a quiet dignity and resilience, shaped by hardship, but expressed in generosity. The people's pride is understated, their eagerness to share their culture genuine. My journey was transformed by these connections. The spirit of Paraguay lives in its people, turning a simple trip into an unforgettable experience. Their stories and smiles are the true soul of the nation. My time in Paraguay ended too soon, but its spirit stayed with me. This is a land of quiet beauty, dramatic history, and resilient people. If you seek genuine connection and authentic experiences, Paraguay awaits. Walk the Jesuit ruins at sunset, listen to the harp, and share tereré in a shady plaza. The country rewards those who look beyond the obvious. Paraguay's story is one of survival, pride, and peace, a hidden gem shining for those who seek it. I hope this glimpse inspires your own journey of discovery. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. There are more stories to tell and more corners of the world to explore. For now, I leave a piece of my heart in Paraguay, a country that so generously shared its own with me.